Hi, this is African Time and welcome to Vedashi Studios. Well, we are going to discuss Africa today, and guess what I found? See what I found. So recently was shared by the African Fact Zone people again, and they are saying that Africa's cheapest fuel prices. Yeah, we're going to discuss the Africa's cheapest fuel prices. How are you buying your fuels in your various African countries? Can you share it in the comment section? But mind you, we are going to do it in the dollar form, okay? Because it will also affect you if your country's currency against the dollar is actually not working well, okay? So you're going to see that your country might not be on the list because your currency against the dollar is actually going to affect you on the list. But let's go on the list and see which African country have the cheapest fuel on the continent, shall we? Let's go. Alright, so the African Fast Zone says number 1, Libya with $0.03. Number 2, Angola with $0.33. Number 4, Algeria with $0.34. Okay. Number 4 is Egypt, $0.35. Number 5, Nigeria, $0.63. Well, number 6 is Sudan with $0.70. Number 7 is Tunisia with $0.81. Number 8 is Liberia with $0.887. Number 9 is Ghana with $0.96. And lastly, at number 10 is Gabon with $0.984. Wow. Okay, so this is the list of Africa's cheapest fuel prices on the continent, and as you can see, what's your country mentioned here? And if your country was mentioned here, how true is it? Do you actually feel that your country oil or fuel prices is actually that low for you? Is it cheap for you? Well, as I said, it will actually make sense to you because or based on your country's currency against the US dollar, because this was actually done in the US dollar. So if your country are having a tough time against the US dollar, you actually see these figures as huge in your country local markets, and it won't sound cheap in your ears. And I know some of you will never be happy if I said your oils are cheap, because you know how much I buy your currency. That's no way cheap for you guys. I understand the feeling, okay? I actually do understand the feeling, but guess what? There are some other African people who also feel the same way you are feeling, and they share that at the comment section when the African Fact Zone people share this. See what this guy says. Well, this is a South African. He's saying that the way Nigerians always complains about petrol price, I don't expect their country to be on this list. Wow, that's so true, because most of the times the two things Nigerians actually complain on the social media is the electricity and then their fuel prices. That is one of the two things, if you are following any Nigerian, they actually complain about. But this South African is saying that how are you people even part of the cheapest fuel prices when your country when you guys always cry about your fuels, but you guys are actually here. Well, don't forget about what I said earlier. I said that against the US dollar with your currency, that will actually explains the problem with it. So that I think the Nigerian naira is actually not doing that great when it comes to the dollar. Okay, that is actually will be one of the problems they are having. Okay, let's continue with the comment section. Well, when the South African shared this, a Nigerian came replying to him and says, "Come and work in Nigeria and be fueling your car from your salary. Tell us about your experience after 2 months." That is a good example. Christ. He says, bro, no need to talk. Just come to Nigeria, come and work in 2 months, and then use your salary to buy food. And let's talk. Let's have another discussion again. This is a nice point. God, that guy is good. Well, that's a nice point. And I saw this, I was like, okay, fine. How to share this with you guys? That was a very nice take. Okay. That's a nice take. Well, this person also says, the rates of dollar in those countries do matter too. Come to my country. Well, that is this. This is another African. He's saying that you are saying my country have the cheapest oil. Are you for real? Well, the rates of dollar actually matters, and you have to come to my country and see if this 0.00 things you are saying is actually cheap. It's not that cheap to them. Well, this is also person. He says, if you remove road accident fund and levies from fuel in SA, the price will match Nigeria. Okay, this is South African. He believes that South African fuel prices is actually up due to some taxes that they have introduced on the fuel. They are saying they have taxes like road accident fund and also some levies that are all on the SA fuels. Okay, that is the reason why South Africa may not be part of the cheapest fuels in Africa, the cheapest fuel prices in Africa. Okay, so this one says Knowing the rates of dollar in those countries also matters. As I said, it actually matters. Okay, you might be on the list that your country have the cheapest oil, but when it comes to your local market, bro, that dollar $0.03 you're seeing there is huge, man. It's very, very huge for later. It's huge. So this is some things from Africans. Well, don't forget the source here. The source that it took to share this information with you guys is global petrol prices. So you can actually check up their page. It's called the Global Petrol Prices 2024, and you actually get to see all these things that they are saying. But as I said, there's not much to actually know. The most important thing you need to know is that your country may be part of this list with the cheapest fuel prices, but mind you, this was done in US dollars, and your country's currency against the dollar matters, and that will actually determine if your country actually is cheapest or not. But hey, wait a minute, if some of the countries listed here are complaining about how their oil prices are not cheap, then how about the countries that are not actually listed here and they're having a bad day with their dollars, with their currency against the dollar? God have mercy on Africa, please. All right, so that's it. All right, so hopefully your country was on the list, and if your country is not up on the list, they actually improve to being part of this list, because some lists are actually good and you need to be there. But as I said, the government of Africa needs to be working on our currency, because always being tagged with the dollars is actually doesn't help us a lot. It makes things more weird and hard for us. Okay. Well, this is without share say this was African time, and I was here to share with you Africa's cheapest fuel prices. And the list goes like this. So number 1 on the list is Libya with $0.03. Number 2 is Angola with $0.33. Number 4 is Algeria with number 3 Algeria though with $0.34. Number 4 is Egypt with $0.35. Number 5 is Nigeria with $0.63. Number 6 is Sudan with $0.70. Number 7 is Tunisia with $0.81. Number 8 is Liberia with $0.887. Number 9 is Ghana with $0.96. And lastly, at number 10 is Gabon with $0.984. And the source is global petrol prices. Have you seen something here? Most of the countries here are all oil producing countries in Africa. Libya, Angola, Algeria, Egypt, Nigeria, Sudan, Tunisia, Liberia, Ghana, Gabon. All these countries are extracting some oils or some percentage of oils in their country. Mostly Angola and Nigeria are producing it in a highly or largely quantities, okay? But it's good that their oils are actually doing something better for them to actually reflect in their prices when purchasing these kind of things. But as I said, the currency needs to do better to meet this ranking, so that the people can actually feel that their oil is actually working for them. Okay, our resources is actually working for them. Well, that's it. My name is Rashia Say, and this was African Time. Hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to share your comments, like, subscribe, and most importantly, share a comment, because that comment is what I actually want. I want to know what you think about Africa, and let's learn together. Okay, see you guys around.